and I can still be your friend because one-on-one, you are there for me and I am there for you. And that, I don't care if your other views, I might find vile, but that doesn't mean that we can't be friends. So I don't know. Everyone else is gone somewhere. I am on the short list, maybe with you and a few others.
We are on this island together. I mean, that's the premise of my show, right? It's like, cancel me, baby. I dare you, bitch. I'm going to say what I have to say. So you know what, David? We'll hold it down as the real ones. And that's just what it'll be.
You just don't care either. No. So it was like a good, so listen, like she does have, if you're not into Housewives, she has skills. She has skills and it's fun and it is a cabaret. Do you know also, and I knew this before last night, like this is Luann is the biggest selling artist in the 54 below history. Like out of everyone they've ever had there, currently have there, in between the pandemic, they have people from Broadway. She is the number one selling ticket sales ever.
Wow.
Period. The Countess.
Isn't it funny it's funny to think about too, because you're like, listen, the ego's there, the narcissism is there. Like even in an intermission, we are seeing a Luann slideshow, but there's a part of me that's like, it's paying off clearly because she's just shameless and she ain't hiding it. And it also seems like she's coming out swinging after this pandemic because you're like, it is better than ever.
Well, that's what it is. It's like Luann's brand, like if you watch the TV, like Ramona's brand is just like she can be an asshole to everyone and, you know, people still take it. Luann's brand is kind of like she is all about Luann and she doesn't mean to be. That's what makes it so endearing. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just, I don't know. So it literally is the same Luann that you think you're going to see. And she's just, so then like during the show, she shouted out Leah, she shouted out Nicole Miller was there, the designer. And then after that, she said, and this is where I mean, like she said, I mean, I didn't speak to her before the show. I texted her to say, hey, I'm coming to your show tonight, blah, blah, blah. She didn't text me back. And I was like, during the show, she said, oh, and David Yontef is here. David from, what was the name? You know, she doesn't remember. She's like, David has a huge podcast. And then someone ran over to me with a microphone behind the velvet rope. Now, Luann, to do that, I did not ask. She didn't tell me she was going to do that. That to me is beyond, like, that's loyalty. Like,
I love it.
I mean, she is on the stage saying, and David, in addition to Leah McSweeney and Nicole Miller, David Yontef is here and he has a huge podcast. What's the name of it? And I mean, at this point I'm drunk, which we'll get into. And then someone comes over with the mic. So, I mean, I say behind the velvet rope, I don't know. Do I get one listener from that? Maybe. It's certainly not something the woman had to do. Right. So, I mean, that is a class fucking act. And I will always be Team Luann for that move alone. Like, I mean, that's so classy.
Again, success, real successful people, you know.
I mean, you're shouting out my fucking podcast from the stage. And like, I mean, I didn't even think she knew I was there. Like I texted her. I'm like, Luann's not checking her text. So nice and so lovely.
I love to hear that. Go you.
But that's the other thing, you know, you have your one martini and then like, look, I'm not going to have one drink. Of course I need a second drink. Right. Do I need that third martini? Did I need it?
Yeah.
So
how long is the show?
Oh, that's the other thing. At 54 below for any artist, there's 2 shows a night. Not Luann's, the second show. It's another show. So they don't play around. It is a 1-hour show. You ain't getting any more of whoever that performer is. So at 7 o'clock, Luann comes on. At 8 o'clock, Luann's off. So yeah, I had 3 martinis.
7:59,
right.
Say goodbye. Say your goodbyes. Yeah.
Say your goodbyes. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure. So there are moments that are fuzzy. I'm going to be honest. There are moments where that third martini just makes it all brown and black and the memory slips. Now she ends with money, you know, with money can't buy you class but it's like a different version. It's like a rock version. And this is where people are lost their mind, going batshit crazy. So that's where
they are crowd surfing. Right. There's a mosh pit.
Fucking crazy. And I'm just like, and then when it's over, of course I'm drunk and I'm like, it was great. And I'm like, this is a legend, people. I'm telling the people that are now sitting with us that I just described, I'm like, this is a fucking legend. So I got on the Luann train. Then I was texting Elise Slane. You know, she was the friend of on Real Housewives 2 years ago that Ramona brought on, and they hate each other now. She's friends with Leah. So I was texting her at the beginning of the night saying like, Leah's here and Luann's a legend, and I think Elise was not interested in me talking about what a legend Luann is. Like, she's just like, what? She's like, she's not a legend to me. And I'm like, okay, Elise, well, she's a legend to me. But
Yeah, you're like, it's happening.
Leah and Elise are friends. See there, I'm giving you guys tea. So, and then Leah, who was sitting alone, eventually was joined by two guys. Let me tell you, Miss McSweeney can bank. These guys, one of them was decent and the other was fucking hot. So then I was telling Elise, I was like, oh, and by the way, Leah's here. And she's like, you went to see Luann again? Because I had dinner with Elise last week. I'm like, no, I was telling you this was the night I was going. I didn't go again. And I'm like, she's like, oh, is Leah's guy young? And I'm like, yeah. So I mean, apparently Elise knows who this guy is, because Elise and Leah are very close in real life. So Miss McSweeney was with a guy. So then the show was over and we said goodbye to our new friends. And I'm like, listen to the podcast. And then I said to my friend, come on, let's go to the green room. I mean, I could have probably brought these two, but I'm like, it's not my place. And like, we went to the green room. There was Leah, there was Nicole Miller. And that's where I drunkenly was like, Luann, like, you didn't have to shout. Like, I mean, come on. Like, that was so, and she's like, keep supporting me from the beginning. So I did get a picture. My friend didn't hold the phone up high enough. It's a horrible picture, but I'm going to post it anyway. But yeah, I mean, literally for everybody out there who wants a review, I mean, look, go and see it. Like, it's going to entertain you. It's Housewives talk. You can ask anything during the Q&A.
That's what I was going to ask. What was what fan was just balls to the wall, like wild question, wild moment, or was it all sort of,
it's all like, nobody asked about next season or like the ratings or when is Roni going to come back and when are we going to, nothing like that. It was just more like, is Ramona really as awful as, we all think, and like stuff about girls trip. Listen, Luann, that's the thing about Luann. She gives that professional answer. Like Luann has a way of just like, when she was on my show, one time I said, like, if you couldn't invite someone back, who would it be? And she's like, now, darling, I wouldn't be an OG if I answered questions like that. Oh my God, drop the mic. Perfect answer.
Done.
And it's said in the Luann way, and you're like, yeah, this is brilliant. So that's why, like, when Luann comes on my show, like, I can't go there. She'll never get dirty. That's just her thing, and it works for her. So, but from a review, there you go. I was drunk. Leah was there with a cute boy, texting Elise. Elise did not want to hear about how I was calling Luann a legend and an icon. Listen, I'm like a happy drunk, guys. And then we saw Luann afterwards, and she's going on tour in 2022. And
how was the green room set the seat? Like, were there snacks? Did Luann herself have a cocktail? Like we're right there.
Well, Luann did from the stage take a sip of her frosé. She has a frosé, and non-alcoholic. So no, and that is the thing. I've been in the green room every time. Back in the day, there was champagne when you walked up to. Nope, there's no liquor in the green room, nor would I think any's allowed. Like, if I had my drink and I wouldn't have taken it. I mean, I was drunk. I might have taken it, but I think I was still like, oh shit, I shouldn't. So it's like, no, there's no alcohol in the green room.